Hey everybody, it's Bruno on MB, where it all cannot be serious. And I'm here with Kirsha Campbell today. And our caption over here says, Cashflow Killers. And who better to ask than the cash flow professional? Kirsha, how you doing today?
I'm glad to be here, Bruno. It's a privilege to be here with you. And, kudos to the awesome job you're doing impacting business owners and families. Thank you for having me.
Oh, that's too kind. And we do that without a cape, so most superheroes need to do that. But that was really, really nice of you. But, I like to get right into it with our guests because that's your passion. We're going to talk about the two top cash flow killers for small to medium sized companies. What's the number two cash flow killer in your business?
Using your bank account to run your business, logging onto your real life bank account and saying, I have $5,000, $10,000, $200 in your real life bank account. You're checking out your savings account and you're making decisions from that. Thinking that your bank account gives the total picture of what's happening in your business, that's a cash flow killer.
Okay, walk us through that because you know what? I do dabble in running a business, so more than that. But so explain what that really, what you can drill down a little bit. What do you like? What do you mean? Like, so if I'm worth, let's say I have $1,000 in the bank account, and you're talking about my business bank account or my personal bank account?
Your business bank account. So you might see $1,000 in your business bank account or $100,000. So you look at that balance.
Oh no, that's not my business. Let's start. Just joking. So
you're
not
looking
after
at
I
that
built this brick wall,
Yeah, so you're looking exactly right. So you're looking at that bank account balance and saying, I might have enough to do this. My business is profitable. I'm okay. I can cover my bills this month. That bank account does not tell you what's really happening in your business. It doesn't tell if you're profitable, who owes you, if you're losing money. That bank account balance is just like a little bit of the full story of what's happening in your business. Another thing too, I'll quickly say this. You might look in your bank account and you say, oh, I have enough money to cover bills, to purchase this, forgetting that other obligations have gone through, other transactions which have not yet passed through your bank account. And then you're surprised when you see the figure changing. You forgot about this, that. So using that bank account balance to gauge the success of your business, make decisions, that is a cash flow killer.
Yeah. So do you have people that kind of say, well, okay, what else do I need to consider other than my bank account? So you talk about there's other items, right? So why don't you list the top 4 or 5 that you should be looking at? Like you said, obligations, that's one. That's a big one.
Yes. So in assessing your business, you need to look at, are you profitable? You need to look at reports. You need to look at performance, key metrics. You need to get into all those other things of your business, right? You need to look at your trends. You need to look at certain insights and see how you are really performing, right? And there are so many metrics, profitability metrics. You need to look at all those things to decide how is your business really performing. You need to use tools such as budgets, forecasts. You need to look at reporting to really decide if your business is profitable. Your profit and loss statement, balance sheet. You need to look at all these other metrics, reports to decide the real state of your business.
So you know a little bit of yeah, what you're talking about here because you're a CPA and you've been doing this for several years. So why don't you tell our viewers basically who Kirsha is and exactly what you have in your bank account? No, I'm just joking. Just since we're talking about money, might have a buck to throw around. So Kirsha, tell everybody what you're all about.
Okay, I am Kirsha Campbell. I am a twin mom. I do help CEOs scale cash flow and profits through setting up strategic systems and processes. I dive into the heart of your business, helping you see that every decision you make in your business impacts your cash flow, impacts your profit, letting you connect all the dots, say goodbye to confusion, chaos, and so much more. I enjoy connecting with persons. I enjoy volunteering. getting involved in my community, especially those causes which seek to ensure that the basic human needs of individuals are met, especially children. I also am an author, speaker, trainer. I wear several hats, and outside of work, I enjoy being outside with my twin boys. We enjoy being outdoors. That's me in a nutshell.
And just so that you know, you do respond to strangers' requests to be on their video network show. Because you know what?
Yes.
On our network, on MegaPixx, YYC, and the rest of them, people are always saying, I don't know about video. I don't know about video. I would have never met you had I not seen one of your videos. So you're pretty active in giving quote unquote free advice to people.
Mm-hmm.
So how do they see your videos?
So I'm on LinkedIn. I'm active on LinkedIn. That's my home, my business home. So I'm on LinkedIn. I host my videos on YouTube as well. And I'm on other publications. I do write like for Entrepreneur Magazine. I do American Express. So my insights are there throughout, but definitely you can see my videos on LinkedIn and YouTube.
Yeah, and that's exactly how we met, because I was you had the podcast and it kind of intrigued me, and I just pinged you. And if people out there know me, I'm not really a big pinger. I just don't go calling everybody, but it was really interesting. And you were talking about your cash flow for CEOs, and obviously that's a very important topic. And why don't we go to the number one cash flow killer in small to medium sized companies?
The number one cash flow killer is not knowing your business numbers. And it might seem like, what's the big deal with that? However, you are operating business. I'll quickly use this story. Like one of my first vehicles, there was a lot of the indicator lights weren't working. So the gas tank needle wasn't working, the tire gauge, no indication. So I'll fill up my tank and I'm just guessing, I made this trip. Do I have enough gas left? I don't know if I'm going to get a flat tire, if air pressure is fine. I just end up with a flat tire. So there I'm driving, not knowing what's happening. So that is the number one killer in your business. You're operating your business. You're maybe doing 10, 12-hour days, making sales. You don't know if your sales are profitable. You don't know who owes you. You don't know, okay, do I have too much debt? You don't know, is my team working effectively? You don't know your business numbers. You don't know that, okay, there's so much chaos, confusion, you're missing receipts, transactions are recorded incorrectly, leading you to pay more taxes. So not knowing your business numbers, not paying attention to your numbers. We just mentioned key reports, P&L, balance sheet, just not assessing what's happening in your business. That's a number one killer, not knowing your numbers.
Kirsha, you may or may not agree with me, and now I'm being serious because you're way too young to remember this, but way back in the business days, right? You would have to go to the bank and they would like get your bank book and they would write down your balance so you knew what was in the bank, right? That wasn't too long ago. Like, I'm not talking about yesterday, but nowadays, not having access to any of the reports, that's just being silly. Because with a click of the button, you can get your bank statements, you can get your canceled checks, and I think that what's probably become simpler to do, people avoid doing that on a regular, consistent basis. Would you agree with that?
I do. And it's even more than just looking at your bank statement. You need to look at your profit and loss report, your income statement, look at your balance sheet, key metrics. What's your profit margin? What's your labor costs? So diving into those numbers, a lot of persons, you're operating your business, you've never looked at a business report. You don't know what your profit and loss is. You go through your business, you say, okay, I have enough money to pay this. You take your figures to your tax preparer at year end, you pay your taxes and life goes on. You don't know how you're losing money on a daily basis. If you're approached by an investor, you don't have any figures to show. You are relying on false metrics, maybe your bank account, social media followers. So not knowing your business numbers. So not creating that solid business. So when you look at your business numbers, that's how you're going to know, I can expand here. This is not profitable. I need to do more of this. So this is what you need to do. When you look at some of our corporate giants, Amazon, Google, Rogers, tell us, how are they withstanding tough times? They know their numbers and they're making adjustments accordingly, right? You need to know your numbers. I'll throw this last one in to have a tax plan. So a legal way to save on taxes. A lot of personal business owners, you're just, whatever happens, happens. You need to have a plan to pay less taxes legally. So not knowing your numbers limits you in so many ways in your business. It's such a cash flow killer.
That's great advice, and I'm not just saying that because that's one of the reasons why I reached out to you, because I loved how you simply put it in words, right? Like you simply put it in common terms, and that's really good advice, because it starts with the end. Is, you know, you build this business and you start a business to sell a business, and once you retire, if you don't get what you want out of it, boy, what a wasted journey that was.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And I, as we wind down, I do want our listeners to remember why you started your business, right? And the impact that your business has on yourself, your family, friends, the team you have, the employees, the world at large. So never take your business lightly. The world is never the same without your business. Your business is impacting and changing lives. And that is why you need to have that, that drive to really go that extra mile to really do your best for your business. You might not know, you can reach out for help, support to really take your business to those, get that solid foundation for your business, systems, processes, and so much more.
So I also know that, you're an accomplished CPA. Oh, some of your clients, from what I understand, aren't even your accounting clients. Like you don't need to be their quote unquote accountant, bookkeeper, payroll person to use your services, right? So if a company already has that kind of service, they can still call you for the extra fuel in the gas tank to understand their business a little bit better. Am I correct on that?
That is correct. And it's also important to know that we have different types of doctors, there are different types of accountants. So you might have a bookkeeper, however, that bookkeeper is just getting your transactions in. Were your transactions recorded correctly, coded correctly? Are you profitable? Managing your budgets, cash flow. Budgets are even a key way to not lose cash in your business. So it's diving into so many different areas in your business. You need different eyes for different reasons.
Well, I was in a different video call, nowhere near as good as this one, just so that you know, but another video call, there was we got into a discussion, it was about insurance, and actually it was a really good interview, but they were saying that even buying insurance, right, relying on your accountant, like the one person, or your bookkeeper, or your person who does your invoices, to expect them to understand every domain of the business is crazy. So as good as your bookkeeper is or your accountant is, maybe they're not specialized in certain different areas that somebody like yourself can come in, like you said, different specialists in the medical field. So I guess, you speak at different places, like you mentioned some big banks and stuff like that. What could they expect from you when you're speaking there?
So my trainings are customized. So I dive into what's happening in your business. So I'll train you on understanding business dynamics. A lot of persons don't understand the various moving parts, how your sale connects to your bank accounts, how, as simple as you're setting up your business as a corporation, sole proprietor, all these things impact your business. They might not even understand, okay, missing receipts, wrong coding will change my tax bill. So I dive in to show that all the moving parts impact your profits and your cash flow. So I train on how do you set up systems and processes that lead to cash flow? How do you manage cash flow, budgets? I just dive into, the financial side with my training, and yeah.
That's awesome. So here's the part that I told you I would never tell you what I was going to do. So people need to know who Kirsha is, right? They know what you do and all that fun stuff. But now I think people would like to get to know you a little bit. So I always have what we call rapid fire. So you ready? You don't have to study.
I'm ready.
All right. So we just ask you I ask you silly questions and you have to answer because the truth is going to come out.
Sure.
So what's your favorite food?
My favorite food. My favorite food is I think it would be ackee. It's from the Caribbean. It's like a fruit, and you can fix it up with veggies and stuff. So it's ackee.
Well, our Caribbean friends will know everything you're
And
talking.
mangoes. I like mangoes too. Yes, I
Yeah,
can't forget mangoes.
You can't get mangoes in our country. It's just not the same.
No, so that's one of my favorite things too, mangoes. Mhm.
Okay. Favorite place that you visited that you've already visited?
That would be definitely the beaches in Jamaica.
So that's where you're from, though, isn't it?
Okay, well, if that doesn't count, it would definitely be the Vancouver Islands.
Okay.
I've been there. Yeah, it's really beautiful over there. The water, it's the scene with the falls. That would be my favorite place. Next favorite place. So far.
Okay. And how about favorite place you would like to go visit?
I'd really like to go to Italy one day. I've heard the culture is there. They have great hikes. So I'd love to go there one day.
Great pizza, but they don't put mango on their pizza. So just don't
I've
ask
heard they
whatever.
have pizzas
Yeah, whatever.
without cheese too.
You don't go to Italy and ask them to do Hawaiian. They'll just you're out. Okay. So do you have a favorite sport?
Hmm. I'm more of board games. Like I like board games like chess and card games like Uno. But if it was a favorite sport, I would go for either football or uh, basketball.
Okay. Do you have
I
a
don't
favorite
watch a
team?
lot, but it would be one of those. I don't mind watching those. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite team?
No.
Okay, so you can cheer for the New York Yankees. They're my favorite baseball team. So we'll be
Okay.
we'll be sending you the membership. The Blue Jays are okay too, but you know we can start.
Yeah.
With that. Here's a question: your favorite movie that you've seen?
Ah, hmm. I don't do a lot of movies, but one of my favorite movies was The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith
Ah,
starring in that. That was a very impactful movie for me. It just I always reflect on it to remember that despite the challenges I'm going through, I can take a next step forward. I can put the next foot forward and keep going. I always reflect on that movie.
so I don't think in that movie he slapped anybody that was the host, right? I think he was okay in
So,
that movie. I think he was
so
just selling.
those were his early days. That didn't happen yet.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't into fighting back then.